I got to meet David in an event in San Francisco. He's 26, co-founder of Startup Fund. I got to know him a little bit. Here's the interview. Enjoy.
So I did my bachelor in London. I studied economics and business, and then I moved to Southeast Asia. I was working with startups and I did my MBA in Shanghai. And then I dropped out and I moved to San Francisco to chase my dream in working with startups in the hottest place in the world for startups, which is Silicon Valley, in my opinion. And I would say that what's my expertise? I joined as a biz dev guy for a software engineering company, and I transitioned into our investment arm of the company. So now I'm responsible for selecting potential investments into our company.
You talked a little bit about traction. Is that the number one thing that people are looking for?
Yeah, so I wouldn't call myself an investor.
Okay.
Because it's not my money that I'm investing, but I'm responsible for investing my company's money into startups. And we've done 14 investments in the last 3 years. So we've invested in 14 companies. And I would say that what's most important is for founders not to chase investors and try to get investment into their company, but rather focus on their own company and on their product. And so I would recommend trying to simplify your product as much as possible to be able to launch and allow real people to use it. And then you would be iterating based on whatever these people that use your product say.
Yeah. What PayPal did, they actually paid users to go on their platforms. What would we say to those people that look at those examples, say, hey, I need the money before doing anything? What would we say to them?
I think for most businesses, it's not necessary to get VC money into your company. And in fact, I'd be really careful with getting VCs on board because their interests are often not aligned with yours. What they want is to buy a share of your company and then sell it for more money to somebody else later on to return money to their own investors. So I'd put as much emphasis as possible to actually building your company and focusing on getting revenues without having to reach out and getting investments. Learning more about what venture capital actually is going to help you to make a decision what kind of investor you want on board. And it's really important to select the right investor because this investor is a part of your company once they invest, and it's essential to know who's on board.
So I think a lot of founders also have the question, say, okay, I think I'm ready. Where do I go to find potential angel investors or VC investors?
There are different approaches to that. Firstly, you can go and fly to San Francisco and then walk on the street. You'll meet angel investors. In fact, the founder of Instagram,
Kevin
Systrom, the first round that he raised was after he went to an event that had a lot of investors at a bar, and he talked to a lot of them, and he got his first investment, $500K, based on that interaction. So that's the first approach. The second approach is outreach through social media. Twitter and LinkedIn are the best for that kind of thing. And ideally you want to get warm introductions, and so reaching out to people who know investors who then can introduce you to VCs is probably the best way to go.
And as a 26-year-old, like, you're pretty good on your career. Like, you seem very driven kind of person. What is some advice would you give to someone that is in college right now or thinking about going to, the business development world and coming to San Francisco and exploring and stuff like that? Yeah,
I think that's a great question, and I'm still very young. I'm still working on my career, so I don't want to sound like a big guru or anything like that. But when I was at university, when I was 20 years old, a couple years back, I think that I could have used my time better, and so utilizing your time to create things is what you should do. I didn't do that, and I did that to a limited extent. So I'd recommend really being out there, trying to create things, whether it's digital products, whether it's music, whether it's videos, whether it's content. Just be out there, create things, and things will happen.
Yes.
The worst thing to do is to not do nothing. Is to just stay in your dorm room and smoke weed.
Yeah.
It's okay to do that from time to time, but more often than not, you wanna create things.
Yeah. So one thing is people nowadays, they always consume, and one small thing that I'm trying to do right now is to post a LinkedIn post or make videos, and that's why I'm recording this, to really share more value to the world. It's okay to consume, but also remember to create. One last question before we go to some of this video. You mentioned that you dropped out your MBA in Shanghai.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I was just talking to one of my friends, they are in undergrad and they're even thinking about quickly finish up their undergrad in 3 years and do masters, because they feel like that is what society needs and we are judged on our credentials on academically. What made you drop out, and what do you think, what's your opinion on this whole stigma?
So during my time when I was doing my MBA in Shanghai, that was 2 years ago, I was also working with various startups, and I had different positions, and I fell in love with the industry of launching companies and creating things. And I realized that if I want to do that full time, I can't do both things at the same time. And it was only logical to me to eliminate what's stopping me from really being part of the startup ecosystem, which was doing my MBA. And I saw less and less value throughout time whilst I was doing my MBA. At a certain point, I got an opportunity I was hired by a company here in San Francisco, and I flew here and I dropped my MBA and I just started working in Hustle and North. It was a big decision, the biggest decision of my life. My mom is definitely not happy with me.
Okay.
Because I didn't finish my master's degree. But for me, it was the most essential decision that I've made, and I'm very happy that I did it.
Okay.
And I'm not recommending anyone to drop out of college just for no reason. I had a good reason because I wanted to be in the hotbed of startups, which is Silicon Valley. I got the opportunity and I went.
I had to expand, although it's the last question, I had to expand a little bit about how to even land that job in the first place.
I reached out to a couple companies here. I was interested in working with software startups here in San Francisco. And I got 2 offers, one from a small startup and one from this software development company. And I just went for this one because it was a better offer. It was a proactive approach. It wasn't like somebody found me and hired me. It was I can give a whole presentation on how I did it. Basically, I utilized the power of video, and I actually sent videos out to CEOs of companies.
Wow. Okay.
And I'd introduce myself on the video, I'd post it on YouTube, and send a link to the CEO, and I'd be like, "Yo, this is me, and I want to work for you."
Okay.
And then a couple of them reached out to me, and I got 2 offers. So very good.
That's good. Well, thank you.
Thank you
for the interview.
Yeah, sure.
How can they reach you if you're comfortable sharing that information?
Yeah, sure. I'm really active on Instagram.
Okay.
It's at David Drobik.
Yeah.
You can, I don't know, just write it somewhere.
Okay. How do you spell that?
David, just David, D-A-V-I-D, Drobik, D-R-O-B-I-K.
Okay.
Or I'm on david@startupfund.com.
Okay. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this video. I have to thank David for doing this interview again. Please let me know your thoughts on this style of video. What are your likes and dislikes? Based on your feedback, I'll improve my style and produce great content for y'all. Okay, thank you so much again, and have a good day. Peace.